Christmas time in middle September? Yes, because our local Lowe stores, or at least my local Lowe's stores, have all started their Christmas reset. They're almost complete. All the Christmas decorations out, or just about all the Christmas decorations out. I even noticed my local Walmart stores already starting to put them out. Halloween's not even here, but we have Christmas stuff. And when it comes to Lowe's, they are doubling down this year on blow molds. And you know I love blow molds. I went from 3 blow molds a few years ago to over 100 last year. And this year, I'm really stepping it up. Because as you can see, I can't even fit them all in frame. I've bought so many blow molds. I've been closing in on $1,000 worth of blow molds. I'm scared to look at the actual total. So I thought I would go over the blow mold offerings for Lowe's for 2022, what I bought and what I didn't buy. I'm going to try to cover them all because there are some surprises. There's some stuff that I haven't seen listed on the teaser sites that supposedly have everything listed. There were extra things that I found, and there's details about some of the blow molds, like the toy soldiers. They're segmented this year. You have to put them together. So let's go through what I purchased, what is available, and why I bought what I did, and why I didn't buy what I didn't buy. I'll try to cover everything that I've seen at my local Lowe's stores. We have 2 local Lowe's stores, and I was looting them the day they were putting out stuff, both of them. I know they don't like me, I guess, because I've been coming in multiple times a day to get all this stuff, because like the Bumble over there, very, very hard to get. And one of the last ones I put out, the only thing that I'm missing that I didn't get this year is what I wasn't able to get last year and the year before that, and that's the Snoopy, the Lowe's Snoopy. But I'm hopeful maybe I can score one of the 2 that they are only getting. The Bumble, they only had 2 of the Bumble and 2 of the Snoopy. But I'm getting beside myself. Let's go over these blow molds, and I will start, I guess, with Bumble. Just holding him out here is the best way for you to see him, but here is him in his entirety. There is his Santa hat, the cute little expression on his face. He has a scarf. He's holding some presents. There is blue hands. You have to watch. These, they only had 2. They were both a little scuffed up, and both had a scuff there on the nail. And if you can see how they ship these, they're 2 per box, and they're face to face. It's really weird with no packaging, but he does have packages. Look at that blue bow. That's a brilliant, almost an indigo blue on the lighter baby blue. And then of course the green with the red, and the red with the green. His toes, very detailed. Here is the bottom label. You need the item number. Again, 23 inches tall. Bumble lighted, part of the Rudolph collection, so Disney stuff. The back, sometimes you get blow molds these days and they aren't painted on the back side. These are, and they're, decent blow mold quality. Sometimes you get very, very thin blow molds now, and this is a dual lighter. Don't know if you can see that, but dual C7 lights. Get the light out. This will be the only one I take them out on. I convert all of mine to LED because these are, I believe, 7 watts each. When I convert them to LED, they're 0.6 watts each. And when I'm dealing with over 100 blow molds, that keeps my utility bill low. So there is Bumble. Very, very nice. And I'll tell you what, I'll plug all these in. So I'll clip in here. Him plugged in so you can see him at night. And then we'll move on to the next one. I'll do the same thing there. How about next we look at the Mickey and Minnie snowman. This is the Minnie snowman. She has her bow, polka dotted bow. You have to watch on these, their nose. I don't know if you can see, but some light scuffing on the nose. And you have to watch down here on the berries, the holly berries. She has a nice scarf. You have to watch these for being scratched because, again, they ship these face to face. As you can see, I haven't cleaned these up. There are a few little dust marks and so on. Looks like she has on a striped sweater, full painting front and back. 2 bulbs on her as well with those little ears. Make sure they're not all scuffed up. Of course, it's the front that matters because the light would bleed through here, but this should light up well. Last year, they had snowmen for both Mickey and Minnie, and I have those. They're white, so I was on the fence about buying these. When I saw them, they look like classic. I mean, look at him and her. They look like these are classic Mickey and Minnie, where the ones last year, I mean, didn't know, I could see where maybe you wouldn't know they were a Mickey or Minnie. There's the item number. 23 inches tall on these. I want to note that because last year it was 24 inches, I believe, so we've lost an inch on the height, but that's the Minnie. Let me roll my stool forward here and get the Mickey. See, he also has a Santa hat and also some very light scuffing there on the nose. Again, you got to really watch that. This one didn't scuff. Well, it did right there. See, I've got a nice scuff there, but he has kind of a little Mickey smirk. There's the Mickey body. The back, dual lighter, of course. And we'll look at his tag. There's the Disney trademark. That's why these are, I'll put the price on the screen rather than try to remember all the prices, but I believe these were either $44.95 or $49.95, something around there. But Disney Magic Holiday, so there's the Mickey and Minnie. Try this next. This was the first blow mold that I purchased from Lowe's. I found it on their website before they had any of the others listed. Just happened to come across it. Actually, I think I came across a link somewhere. And that's this little penguin. I ordered this. I paid $5.99 shipping just to get this. And man, it looked like they had a million of these. Last year, I believe the hat was red. Maybe it was green. It was a different color, his hat and his scarf. But it is essentially the same little penguin. Little feet, check those for scuffs. Check his beak. If you go shopping, check there, the berries. Full color, also dual. Now I like this. I like these two bulbs, but what I don't like is you can't find these. If this breaks, I have one penguin that a cousin bought for me when he was in Lowe's last year. And the reason that it was there, and it was well after all of these had sold out, cord had came out of this. So this was loose and I can't find two, so I'm going to have to replace with two individuals. Those are hard to find. The dual LED cord, or dual bulb cords. There we go. Let's look at the bottom on this. And this is their Holiday Living brand. He is 24 inches tall. So I said this was a last year blow mold, just a recolor. And they do that. They'll recolor them every year because people tend to buy these. Collectors will buy one of each color. I don't, although, well, I say I don't. I did. I bought him, but I was grasping at the blow mold addiction, and it was the first blow mold of the season. So you know how that goes. This was another one that I almost didn't buy. The only reason I bought this is when my local Lowe's started putting out, the Lowe's in my city started putting out blow molds. This was the only one they had out. And this I grabbed because, well, again, addiction, that's how it works. I even really ticked off the local store manager trying to see what their blow molds were. I mean, I had the list. I found a way to get the counts of what they were receiving. And I got the list, but this one, look at that. Other than just some very light scuffing right there. And he is in great shape. Kevin, the Minion, another dual light color all the way around. And there you go, the bottom labeling. You need to look at that, see if it tells how tall he is. I believe he's 24 inches tall, 23.6. Okay, 23.6 for this Minion. But I'll be adding this to my Christmas decorations this year. Be the only Minion, so I guess Kevin will be by himself. I do a lot of snowmen. So, pull the cord out. So I picked this up. This is a really cute snowman. Now, it says that they have two, a 29 inch and this 24 inch. Yeah, he's 24 inches tall. Go ahead. Let's see the label. You can pause that. Huh, Intertech, they make swimming pools. Must do the electrical. Holiday Living as well for this. All these are made in China. Not any USA blow molds, but the painting detail on, I gotta say, I think it's gone up this year. The detail, very, very good. You know, not a lot of overspray. Although I did, on one of the Mickeys, I did see a lot of overspray. But a few little mold imperfections there. I guess where it heated or something. Double LED for this snowman. But as I was talking about, I collect snowmen and I like to do those in a cluster. There's a couple things I want to say on these bulbs. Number one, there are multiple. Well, number one, they're huge. I mean, look at this. But I have a Walmart copy of a really big light. So let me go grab that just to show you just how big these are. Look at that. Enormous. This thing is huge. It's 20 inches. And they have 3 colors of these, as you'll see. It has Noel here on the base. And very thick, very, very thick blow molding. And no bleed hole. I like that. A lot of times you'll have a hole at the end of some of these bulbs. See if I do. I don't have on this other small one, but I say small, calling the big one from last year small, but a couple little marks I need to wipe off. But this was what I saw pictured. And the only site that had these listed had only this pictured. And by the way, it is corded, but it does come, I want to show you this. The cord is one of these types. You'll know these. Kind of thread that on. It comes pre-threaded on. Well, it's actually a little loose, but that's a cord. I don't like this. I would rather have a standard blow mold lighting system. But they did this. You can see there's a screw on base. It has this. So if you wanted to, you could hang it. If you had a really huge mansion, you could do like I do. If I hung this on my house, it would be way too big. These fit perfectly. But this, all 20 inches of it could hang. Now the one thing about it, if it hangs, you will have Noel upside down, or you would have to turn it to where the cord's visible. So yeah, less than ideal as a hanger, but I'm going to put these on the ground where they will sit and look outstanding. But it's not only the white. As I said, white was all that I saw on all the sites that had listed of what blow molds were going to be coming out this year. So when I made it to the store and they were unpackaging, not only did they have white, but they had red, 20 inch with the Noel, and they had green. Still with the Noel, the gold, and a good thick. And these aren't painted. These are true color molded, I do believe. I'm not going to scratch it to find out, but see that the base here is painted. These are color molded, red, white, and green. And the reason I think that is because I see scuff marks, but I don't see any paint wearing off. That's a mold imperfection there. So very nice. 3 very large bulbs that will look super cool on the ground. But again, if you want to, you can hang them. Just know that the Noel will be upside down. I did not intend on buying this. This is not my thing, kind of kitschy. The little truck. It's cool. I mean, if you have a country theme, it fits, but it doesn't fit with mine. Kind of a retro vintage style theme, even though it is a nice little retro vintage truck. But I think of this as more country Christmas type thing. But when I saw it, and it is, see, there's the label. I want to look at that, see if it tells how long this is. It is 12.99 inches high, 29 inches long, I think. I don't have a tape measure here, but it does have a Santa, and I mean, very good detail. And they have bukus of these, by the way. Look at this. That's a Jeep grill, I believe. Is that not? Look at the headlights. This, I can't wait to see plugged up, so we'll see it together. This says do, but even a chrome door handle, Merry Christmas, some packages. Does this have exhaust? I'd be willing to bet that they put, no, they didn't put exhaust, but they did put tail lights. And look at that, even the tires are painted all the way to the bottom. Only one light, standard cord, standard C7. But I didn't plan on buying this until I saw it, and in person, trust me, it looks so cute. And this is a nice little blow mold. I don't know if I'll put it outside or inside, but can't wait to see it lit up. You'll be seeing it here, and I hope it looks cool. I think it's going to. You know, let me jump back in here with these lights really quick because I want to mention one thing. This out of my hand. They will usually have this around them where they've just unpackaged them and put them out because the power cord and all this is zip tied together, but you'll see this. That protruding out is a stake. You want to make sure that that stake is with the bundle because one of mine had fallen out and I barely caught it. So could have easily have purchased this and not had the stake, and you're going to need it because of the way this mounts. This will make it a lot easier. It fits down in the hole here. That'll make it a lot easier to keep in place because there's not really a good way because of the base, the way this is built. So make sure you get the stake if you buy these lights. Okay, now to the boxed items. I'm going to start out with something that I didn't plan on buying. I didn't even know existed. There are going to be shadows here, but that's this. This is a 36-inch or 3-foot lighted ornament trio. And this actually is a blow mold, but it does have LED lights on the outside. I don't know if the inside's going to light up, so I'm curious about that. There's the sizing, the full sizing. LED, blah, 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 36 inches, and gives the width and so on. There's some information over here. You can glean anything from that. By the way, there's the item number. Porch Greeter Bay. I think that's their positioning in the store. Let me open this up and see if this needs to be put together. Well, I know it's going to need to be put together because it said it's 3 feet tall, and this box is not. You know, I say put together, you know, there's a lot of stuff this year. The Nutcrackers, the 2 soldiers, the Llama that you're going to see, the Santa that you're going to see, the pole, the reindeer. There's a lot that has to be put together, and it makes sense because this is 3 feet tall. I have a 3-foot tall gift box stack that they're also supposed to have this year, but I didn't see a place for it in the store. Not yet anyway. And, you know, that was a big blow mold out on its own, 3 feet tall. Another one of those adapters. Oh, so definitely a blow mold, a little flimsy up here, but the curvature strengthens it up there. Well, actually pretty robust down here. Wow, look at that. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a little circuit board in there. A little tiny one. And that's the kind of plug. There is a water seal there, an O-ring, so that's good. That's on the back where our power is going to go to. But you can see there's not a bright internal bulb. This is going to be dark. So the only LEDs that are going to light up are going to be these things. And there's multiple of them, but yeah, I don't know about stuff like that. Before I get it together, here's the top part. Joy. See the LEDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top, which is ho, ho, ho. Colored all the way around. And look at those ornament hooks. They did a good job with the design. I like that. It has clips. See the molded in clips? So this is just going to clip in place. Going to have to plug it from the bottom. Well, that is it. It's, I mean, a little wobbly on the top. Oh, I don't know. And it looks like this is a sticker. It's a clear coated over. It looks like this is a sticker. You can see a little bubble there. That this is a sticker. This isn't painted on. It is a sticker over paint, and then it's clear coated over the sticker. Same thing up here at the top. So yeah, I'm not against this, but I'm not. The fact that it doesn't light up internally like a regular blow mold. Okay, the only electrical connection is right here. Just plugging that in and screwing it tight, and that goes to here where the power will be on the back. You will be seeing it now as it is lit up over in a corner. Again, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm seeing it along with you. But typically when stuff's like this, with just those small LED bulbs, it's hard to show up at night. Need a little spotlight or something like that on it. So we'll see how this works out. I have looked forward to this since I first saw it, the Llama, the Fa-la-la-la Llama, as I call it, because a cousin of mine used to make and paint gourds, and she did a Fa-la-la-la Llama gourd and gave it to me. And I've seen this put together. It is 2 pieces. I've seen this put together at the local Lowe's lit up, and it did lit up. It did light up well. Let's see if I can get all this on camera. There's the item number, Holiday Living, 3 feet tall. There's some more dimensions if you're wanting to know. Actually, it's a little taller than 3 feet, 36.22 inches. But again, it's one of those new ones that you need to know you have to put together. Okay, it comes out with the body in one bag and the little llama head. Let me look at this face. Look at that. How can you not like that? The Christmas cheer already spreading. Look into those little eyes. And that long neck, the llama necks. Let me get this unbagged. Well, there is an accessory box, which oh no, okay, we're in good shape. There's the hole for a standard blow mold light. So we're in good shape. We'll put the body back here and open this up, and this should be just a standard C7 light bulb with a 3-ish foot cord. Yeah, good. Looks like this just clips right in. Very easy assembly. Now there's no click when you put this down in there, and it takes a lot of force to just kind of wedge this head down in there. It will hold itself up. Almost. Full view of the llama, the Fa La 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 Llama. It's very nice. Spin it around, full color all the way around. Again, light at the top of the head or right below the head, or the back of the head, and then down on the body. See if I can give you a better look sideways at the painting. Candy striped scarf. His saddle, now this is just like those big bulbs. That's a sticker that's been clear coated over. So that star, it's the only one, but that star is not painted on. It's just a sticker. I don't like that. I really don't like that. I don't even know. Look at that. It's like the printing pattern still in there. This is all painted, and a very good job at the painting. And it looks like it's standing on, I guess, some ice or something. It's a light blue. He has the little red boots on his paws, and there's a look down in. You can see where the head's pressed in. Well, you can. There you go. See where the head's pressed in. But this is nice. Now, it is expensive. If I didn't forget, I'll have put the price on the screen. But it is expensive, but of all the blow molds, I'm pretty much getting to the point that I'm trying not to buy any more of the 24-inch unless they just grab me, like the Bumble, because of Mom. I have a relation to the Bumble, but trying to stick with the larger blow molds from here on because they really stand out. And this qualifies definitely. I do have a second llama. I don't buy duplicates and I don't buy to resell. I only buy what I use, and a lot of this stuff, it's so hard to get these because of scalpers. They buy all this stuff up, listed on Facebook Marketplace and eBay for 2 to 3 times the price. I don't do that. The reason I have a second one, my cousin passed away. She liked llamas, and I thought my aunt might want to put this out. She's got a little dedication tree where they did this ashes in a tree root thing for my cousin. So I bought that for her in case she needs it. If she doesn't, I'll take it back. Let me try to knock out the tallest ones. This is the tallest one, the 3.5 foot lighted Santa LED, and you can see he's big in this box, 42 inches, 3.5 feet. There's the dimensions. There is the item number. I don't really need another Santa, but being that this was 42 inches, I think it may qualify as being the tallest Santa. And it comes out in 2 pieces. You see his legs are wedged in there. So far, no screws on any of this stuff. So I like that. Look at the legs. So there's 3 pieces. No, there's 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because his feet. Oh, there's some stamping. Gemmy. See, this is made by Gemmy. All right, so these will peg together. Okay, so the feet peg together. It looks like Mickey feet. Mickey Mouse feet. And I've determined, just no instruction reading, that the taper outward would be the front of Santa Claus, because going up to his belly, that snaps in kind of good. some pressure. Had to put a lot of pressure. My arm is down in Santa. A lot of pressure there. Still, it's going to be a little wobbly. Yeah. Solid down in there. I don't know. We'll see. Adapter. See what kind it is. Yeah. Another one of these. I just don't like that. Ooh, so that means this is going to be LED lights. Because they're... Yes. Okay. Maybe I don't like this Santa. This might be one that... Hang on to the box. I'm going to debate on this for a week or so. If I want to keep him. Wow, the top end, I mean, it looks good. This is a thick, very thick blow mold. Nice face. They did this a lot with the eyes this year. Kind of weird. But there, he's holding a Christmas tree. So he has a candy cane and a Christmas tree, and that's where the lights are. So I don't know if he's going to light up. If he doesn't light up from the inside, I guess I could bore holes. There's where he plugs in back there. Let's snap them together here. All right, the legs went on quite well. There was just little tabs that snapped right in. And his legs aren't loose now that he's together. So standing up, I'm going to move the camera here. Standing up, you can see Santa looks pretty good. I mean, that's a big Santa. 42 inches tall. I can't wait to see this lit up. So we're going to see this together now. I'm hoping for the best, and I'm thinking it's going to be pretty good now. There's so many lights and all LED. Santa is a little rocky because he's definitely not, he's not going to fall over, but he's not super, super stable like an all-in-one blow mold. How about this next? My camera's kind of getting in the way of the light, but there's the item number, North Pole, lighted North Pole sign. I was really excited about this when I saw it. The North Pole sign that I currently have, actually it says sleigh parking, so I can add this to it. But I'm curious how this is going to look. This is 41.33 inches tall. And this comes in multiple pieces. There is the pole. This is kind of heavy, so this must be the top of this. And no, this is the base. Okay, here is the base. At least they wrap these well. I don't know if you can notice, but they're not scuffed up at all. So that wrapping really does a good job. And there's a tab there, and that looks like a regular blow mold on the bottom, so that's good. Here is, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to like this. Look at that. Welcome to the North Pole. And that is classic looking. Little squeezy on this end, only on this end, and I've got a little scuff there out of the box. And it's only written on one side. That's good though. You can see C7. And this isn't a sticker. That's the old vintage painting. So I like that. I mean, that's vintage. Let's put it together. And that C7 bulb's going to be in here. Straightforward and simple. There is a tab. There is a tab slot. I'll line the two up. Holy crow, I said this was simple. Wow. That's sturdy. Now that's how the Santa should have been. You know, I'm wobbling this. This is going to be a sturdy sign. So it's going to be a double lighter too. Look at that. The same thing, a tab and a tab. Wow, that's a nice sturdy sign. And that's going to hold up well in the wind. And what I'll probably do on this, yeah, this will be a good one for me to pull back apart and fill full of rocks up to about there. But that, set this over here, get this off of the stand. That is a good looking, wow. So far, I'm the Llama obviously, but I am really impressed with this North Pole sign. It's going to look so good with my sleigh. And with Santa there, possibly that Santa, between him and the one that I used last year, whichever is taller, will be the Santa that goes by the sleigh. But that's pretty good. Let's look at it lit up. I'm super excited. Soldiers. I have bought for the past few years, one or two every year. Looks very similar to this one in the face. But you can see he's blue this year, which I like because I wanted blue last year and I wanted a green. I don't have a green, but they also have this. A Nutcracker soldier with a drum thing. So let me just Show you, there's the item number, 3.5 feet, 41.92 inches. The box not that tall, so these are going to be segmented, which is different than the traditional one-piece blow mold soldiers of the past. So there's the item for the blue soldier, lighted soldier. He is 41 inches tall, so not quite as tall as this guy, which is perfect for what I have planned. So let's get a blue put together, and then we'll put together the Nutcracker soldier. Take a look at both. The blue toy soldier, there's the label again. You can see they are segmented. I have a box here. I'm hoping is a standard C7 light. You never know. These have gone back and forth. This is the base with the foot. Now it's not weighted, but it is heavier. So I guess that's good. Oh, that's perfect for drilling through steak. I mean, this is thick. Okay, so far so good. This would be, I'm assuming, the legs. Yep. See the pegs for the feet. Painting is good on these. Solid on the bottom. That's not hollow. Might as well. Okay, there's the label. So that'll go on the back. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but there's a little gap right there. I don't like that, but it seems fairly sturdy. It's like it just won't peg down in any further. Let's see if I can take it apart. Yeah, I mean, it's going down in there a pretty good bit. Just as far as it'll go. There's a little gap, so not as perfect as the previous soldiers. Here's the torso, but it might be a little taller. I can't remember the measurements on the old soldier, but this, looks about the same. This is the exact same helmet, face. These look identical and good. C7 light holes. So this is a standard blow mold lit up. That's just gonna snap together here. That took a lot of effort, but very, very sturdy there. This, not so much. It's not unsturdy, but let's see. Just like the Santa, it's got a little bit of a wobble to him. So, I don't know about the soldiers this year. I like the old soldiers better, where it was all one piece. It was the exact same soldier, so I guess they're just trying to save on shipping. See if I can drive that down any further. Not really. I mean, that's as far as it's going to go. Well, I've ranted enough about the soldier. Let me give you a view of him, a full view. It's the soldier, full color C7 lights. I'll go ahead and put those in now, and we will take a look at him lit up. Nutcracker soldier, I know he's not going to assemble exactly the same because I had to take all these apart, take them out of the box to fit them in my car. You can see the boxes were folded in half, and I retaped them just for this video, but I know that he has some different segments, like the head. Here's the head, and look at that. The telltale electrical connection for LEDs. There's 3 LEDs on this guy. I hope there's some internal white lighting as well. I don't see any up here at the head. Wow, very detailed face. Look at that. And reflective for the holly. It looks good. Well, so do the other soldiers. Here is the body segment. Also very, very detailed. Now his feet are made on. That's going to be a big plus here. And he's heavy. Considerably heavier than the others. Look at that. So there is a connector at the belt. Oh, because he has a drum. Yeah, you'll see in just a second. That's where the drum will fit. And then there's LEDs here for his buttons. And look at that detail. There's his little beard. Just a little bit of scuffing there, but not bad. LEDs here on his shoulders. And the electrical connector there. And I'm looking at, there's I'll show you this. There's the circuit board that controls all this. You know, you get so fancy, sometimes this stuff doesn't last as long if it has a circuit board, but I don't see any internal lights. I'll be curious how he lights up. If he doesn't light up well, he can't light up all the way because look at this. That's a solid thick body, so I don't know about this one. There is the drum, also with LEDs and more complex wiring, at least for a blow mold. 2 arms, he will need these for drumming because it comes with drumsticks to play on his drum and a power adapter. You know, this will be that brick kind that I don't like. So let me get all this together, take a look at him together, and then lit up. The drum just pressed in. It had a connector just like this one. These little electrical connectors. It pressed in, but this head, I don't know how secure. Well, there are tabs. There's just these 2 holes and all this wiring. A lot of extra wiring. So let's see how well this fits down in there. It's almost like a Nutcracker head. This is like the feet on those blue soldiers. The head's not going to come off. Well, it actually comes off of one side. God. Yeah, these are... Don't buy this. Don't buy this one. Plus it was expensive, I think. Oh, wow. Nom, 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 nom. Works like a Nutcracker. So, his drumsticks, you know, I'm not going to put these drumsticks in his hands, but they stick straight out, the drumsticks at angles. So that part's cool. I'll just show this lit up with the drumsticks laying on it for now because I don't know that I'm going to keep this one. We'll have to see how this looks lit up. Final blow mold, there is the item number. It is a lighted reindeer, and it too is in segments, but it should be pretty big at 34.64 inches tall. Little reindeer, I have some large, pretty much full-size reindeer. I thought these might be a good little accent in that area. You can see I have 3. I actually bought 2 and then I grabbed this other one. I may take one back. I'm going to see if I need 3 once I get my display going, but let's get this out and see how easy or hard this is to assemble, and hopefully more sturdy than those. Here's what we're dealing with. Little head holes for antlers. And, well, there's the antlers. Here's the ears, which will be the other holes. And then the body and the legs. And what I hope, please let this be C7 lighting. We'll find out. This is a good sign. It's not only C7, it's a triple bulb C7. Ooh, can't wait to see this. Legs, 2 sets because it's a reindeer. Body, there's the light hole, so all 3 on the body itself. Little tail, very vintage coloration. They nailed this color-wise. Look at that eyeball. No red nose, so these aren't Rudolph. They're just reindeer. Yeah, okay. Let's get the legs on, get the tail, the ears, and the antlers on, and see it together. The ears go on easy. There's a little notch here in the circle, and you can see a notch on the back side of the ear. So I won't do the antlers yet. I'm going to do the legs first. That's in there, and it's sturdier than it looks. Here's the front, and putting it together should be easy to see what goes where because of the color. His chest, his white chest. There we go. Yeah, these little legs are decently sturdy. Now let's do the antlers. Okay. Kind of trapped myself with blow molds all behind me, but this, for being an assembled item, this kind of redeems the assembled items because this little guy looks good. Looks really, really good. At the front of the face, look at that. This is definitely going to look good next to my sleigh, the Santa sleigh. See, it fits perfectly there with Santa. The 2 little faces, and the other side. You look at the back side. That's where the lights go, and he's pretty sturdy. He's pretty stable rather. Those legs very stable, and standard C7 light. Let's see it lit up. Actually, I have two. I have three, but I'm going to assemble the second one because my plan is to have two and the third if I need it. But let's see two lit up. Unpackaging note, be careful when you're opening this because that head is right next to that seam. So you don't want to dig into that with the knife blade and etch into your brand new blow mold that you spend way too much money for. Microphone restored, so hopefully less background noise and you can hear me better. I think you'll be able to hear everything that I said while I was going off just the camera mic. Little snafu halfway through, but I was already halfway in. So that's the 2022 Lowe's blow mold haul. Now there are a few extra blow molds. I'll try to put the pictures on the screen. There may be a few missing. There's a 36-inch gift box stack, which is actually up there. You can see the top of the gift box right there. And there's the blow mold toy soldiers from last year, the red. They're all one piece. That's that 36-inch tall stack. That is also available this year. There are a standing Mickey and Minnie, a non-snowman version, that have a different color sweater than last year. I have last year's version of those, so I didn't buy them. There is a new Grinch, identical to last year's Grinch, with the exception of this year he's holding a sock. And a few more, as I mentioned, hopefully. I've put them all on your screen at some point so you can see them. So wins and fails. Actually, before I get into that, let me mention one thing. I said a couple of times, or I believe I said, unless I edited it out, that there are segmented, some of these are segmented, like the soldiers, that tall Santa, that Nutcracker, these two things, and that's not vintage. And what I'm talking about by that is, I mean the classic blow mold, like these, only bigger. You know, these have shrunk over time, but the classic blow mold where it's just that one piece blown design. But I know that there are vintage, very vintage, like reindeers and cows and things like that have ears and noses and buttons and stuff like that. But when it comes to the way that this Santa Claus back here is built and the way that that bulb ornament stack is built, you know, that's not very vintage at all, especially when you get into these weird connectors and the LED lights and stuff like that. Now this, even though it's segmental, that would in historically have been a one piece, maybe a two piece. This is a three piece, but it's still very much a classic blow mold look to me, and I like that. So the winners and losers from this haul for what I bought. And again, anything that I didn't buy wasn't because I didn't like the design. It was just because it was a variation on something that I already had. And I'm getting so many blow molds, I'm having to tailor down what I buy. Like, you know, I'd love to have every variation of the little penguin, but I have two now, so I'm going to stick with that rather than every year add on a new one. Or we'll see what happens with room. But here's my likes and dislikes. Any of these small ones, you know, they're blow molds. They're great. They light up perfectly and look excellent. I like them. I don't like that blow molds keep shrinking. That's just the way of the world. They're trying to keep prices down and stuff like that, even though they're getting more expensive. But all of these look great. The snowman, this year's snowman Mickey Minnie, I believe are going to be very popular. Bumble, always popular. I like little snowman back there. All of those are great. The llama is spectacular. If there's one that is the must-have this year, it is the llama. I call it the fa-la-la-la llama. It is two pieces. That head snaps into the body, but it is very secure. You can carry it around by the head. You would never know once it's together that it was two pieces. And it lights up very bright, looks very good. These reindeer, another case. You can see the joints at the legs where those segments go together, but they're still lit up quite well. The ears, the head, the body lights up. Those definite winners, definite. I'm glad I bought this extra third one. I believe I'm going to use it. Keep it. I'll see once my display starts taking shape. These bulb ornaments, I like these. Was a little shocked how they lit up. I thought it would be a solid light up. And I go for that vintage, solid, static look, but I've mentioned, at least to some relatives, that I like to maybe add a little bit of action because that's kind of the thing now. These are the ticket for that. They're going to be a little extra action with the way the lights flutter around inside and look amazing when they start up. Couldn't get that on video, but when they start up, it's It's like a lightsaber. Pops up from the bottom. Really cool. I think that's going to add an extra element to my blow mold display this year without taking away from the vintaginess of it. Of course, this thing, I've already mentioned it, is probably my second favorite blow mold so far. Well, third. I think I'm going to go a very close tie between the Llama and the Reindeer, but 1 and 2 there. And then that 3. And then start trickling down, maybe those bulbs, the classic ones here. Now, what I don't like, well, I'll get into the middling ground of what I don't like. It's going to start with these toy soldiers. Identical to the last year's toy soldiers, with the exception of their uniform is blue instead of red, except for the fact that they are sectional. Remember, when I put this together, there was the top, there was the legs, and there was the foot base. And I'm going to get one of these out. First, this base. I don't know if you can see that in there, but it is weighted. I said it was a little heavy down here, and it is. That's a weighted base, which is a good thing. I would like a little more weight, so I'll probably try to figure a way to get into it and add a little more. I don't know where this is at. Might be enough. But the fact that it snaps in with those pegs, and they are very loose, loose-ish, loose enough that it wobbles. You saw when I put my foot down on the base, I can rock the guy back and forth. But I mean, he is weighty. He feels good, but that is a problem. I may take this apart, put some epoxy on there, and literally glue this into place, because I do not like the wobble, but I do like the soldier, and he's going to look good with my other soldiers. These two are going to look good with my other soldiers, but that's going to have to be fixed. So know that about this year's soldiers. They're not a traditional one-piece soldier like they have been. This guy, he's part of what I say when I say they're not really traditional blow molds. I mean, technically this is a blow mold. It's blow mold injected, but this is not the classic blow mold. First and foremost, all the LEDs, that's the only light. There's no internal light. It didn't show up well when I was showing the nighttime view where it was plugged in, but it's dark. All you can see in person, it's in a corner, or like you would normally have it out in a yard. All you're going to see is LEDs from the street and not know what in the world those LEDs are connected to the drum. Actually, it's the only thing that kind of stands out. It does look cool because there's enough lights in it that it reflects through. And you see, I don't have his drumsticks in there because I'm thinking about taking him back. I really had plans for him, and I'm going to see how it looks flanked with lit up soldiers. So hopefully I can still use him, but this head, this one side, you can see the hole is way bigger than the peg. So his head's very, very loose and floppy. Now the arms, the drum, everything else is very sturdy. And he sits well because his legs are one piece. There are no feet like those soldiers. But this, know this before you buy it. That's what this video is about. To know before you buy it. Just now notice he came pre-scuffed. I'll have to Sharpie that, but I don't know. Still up in the air about this guy. That's why I'm hanging on to these boxes for a few of these things, because I'm going to see. He's one that's really, he's in the hot seat. If he were a coach, he would be in the hot seat. The other one that would be in the hot seat is the Santa, the 42-inch tall Santa. And I had high hopes for this Santa. You could probably glean that by my excitement before I opened it up. But let me get him out and we'll talk about him. 42-inch tall Santa suffers from a couple of problems. Again, he's only technically a blow mold. He's injection blow molded, but he is segmental. And as I showed, I mean, look at that. The feet aren't moving, but he is. And not only that, but this tree, it lights up. It actually looks pretty good. The tree does. The candy cane only has 2 LEDs in it. And this does not, I thought it lit up from the inside, but there are no inside LEDs. So it's dark. Everywhere is dark except the tree, which is pretty bright. And this, you can't really tell what it is because there's only 2 LEDs in the candy cane. It's dark down here. It wobbles. This is definitely going back. And I also want to mention on this and that Nutcracker, and even the ornaments over there, that ornament stack, when you get to these things, these, you tighten them down, and there's a seal in there. These are more problematic than a standard C7 blow mold light setup. And if you have a lot of blow molds like I do, you will know every few years you have to replace a cord or two, a C7 cord. This, I mean, I have found them on Amazon, but they're like 15 bucks, 16 bucks. And, you know, there's circuit boards and stuff like that, a little small circuit board in here. That's inevitably going to go out. Water will find a way. It's going to go out. It's going to leak. And then what are you going to do? You could maybe start trying to drill holes, which is, I'm sure someone's going to say, why don't you just drill holes in the back and put regular C7 lights on it? I thought about that. However, you saw how long some of the wires are. There is a jumble of wires right in through here. If I put internal lights in there, all you're going to see is shadows cast. I mean, you're going to light up, but you're going to see shadows all over from this cluster of wires inside, making this not a very good blow mold for a traditional blow mold setup. So know that, and especially the fact he's $89.95. That's a lot of money for a blow mold that doesn't even light up well, except for the LEDs that are on the blow mold. So Santa, I'm sorry, but in this case, you're a fail. Fail number 3, reject number 3, the ornament stack. It is blow molded and it does look good in person. This is really cute. This ornament stack, the problem it has, just like those other ones, at nighttime, all you have is those LEDs and there's no internal lighting. So you just have a few randomly colored LEDs spaced out and no one would know what it is. Not only that, but it also has a cluster of internal wires. It has this thing and the bottom part of it where it plugs into the unit. I don't know if you can tell, but you can't get it to thread all the way in. Going the wrong way there. Because you see that twisting? It twists inside. There's no way I can't grip it from the other side. That's eventually, or rapidly, I would think, because it's not compressed very far. That's going to leak. That's going to short this out. Possibly short out the lights. And make this stack where it doesn't even light up with the few LEDs that it has. And another one where in my corner, when I showed it lit up at night, it looked on camera, the camera adjusted it to make it look like you could see more of it than you actually can. In person, it was dark, just the LED lights. So know that. Now it is decently sturdy. It snaps in, but that's not going to come off. It looks like on camera that it would, but it's not going to come off. So it is built well, and it's decently thick for the most part. But those stickers too, you know, that's a bubble right there. That's eventually going to peel out. Sun's going to do its thing. And good luck restoring that. You'll have to try to get a sticker off to restore to paint. Yeah. So because of that, definitely going back, quite possibly going back. I'm talking to you, Mr. Nutcracker. Quite possibly going back there. But I'm definitely keeping the rest of these. And I have a few more ordered, not from Lowe's, but from Walmart, or I'm trying to get a few from Walmart. Those are very difficult to get, but I was able to snag one today that's supposed to deliver on the 20th, so we'll see. But we're finally at the end if you made it this far. I really do thank you for being part of the channel and being here. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. That helps the channel, and I hope this helped you out. Make up your mind. If you're shopping at Lowe's for 2022 for blow molds, hopefully you'll know which ones are actual traditional blow molds, which ones are massively segmented LED, non-internally lit. I almost forgot the Santa truck. Looks amazing in person. This thing, trust me, you see it, you're gonna want to buy it. But what you need to know, I don't know how well it showed up on camera, but it has one C7 LED bulb. And it doesn't light up all that well. This is not really fit for an outdoor decoration display because it's not going to be bright enough to be seen from any distance at all. This is more inside, and I'm torn. I like the look. I may keep this and try to find somewhere inside to put it just because it's so cute. But also of note, if you're into blow mold values, I don't know that this one's going to be a high value because out of all the blow molds at the 2 Lowe's that I've been in, that was what they had the most of. Was this little truck and these blue soldiers. Those two, they had ample amounts of. Then it would taper down. I think the Grinch was next. They had a lot of the Kevin minions, about 6 each store of those. The same for the penguin. They had, looked like about 6 each of these, 4 to 6. Each color of the bulbs. Both of the local stores only had 4 of the the reindeer. The llama, 2 for each store. Nutcracker, I don't know how many, there were quite a few. Not as many as the blue toy soldiers, but quite a few. The Santa, it looked like 2, but again, I wouldn't buy it. 2 of those, 2 to 4 of these that I saw. 2 Bumbles. And then, what was the other? The Snoopy. Oh yeah, I have a Snoopy. I don't have it out here with me. I just got it. A cousin saw it last night. They had 4 Snoopy. They finally put them out. My 3rd year of trying to get a Snoopy. And I got a Snoopy. I'll clip in here a picture of him lit up where I just got him. I mean, I was outside and I plugged it in right away. Looks amazing. But they do have this Snoopy again. And this year he has a blue sweater and a blue hat. A baby blue sweater and a blue hat is perfect for Snoopy. Looks great. So there you go, the 2022 blow molds. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped you out. Have a great day.